John, let's go back to 2009.
Okay.
Do you remember the feeling being drafted number one of your class?
I do. It felt like time kind of stood still there when Garth Snow was up at the podium and waiting to make the selection, and surreal moment to hear your name called, especially as the first pick. So it was just great to embrace that moment with my family.
There's a couple tough things as a player in the NHL, at least I think so. It's playing the full calendar of regular season, all 82 games. You joined the league 2009-2010, and you played all the 82 games of that season. How tough was the season for you?
It was very hard. As a young player, you think you prepare really well and you're up to the task, and you hear from the team and new teammates about how difficult it is.
Yeah.
But obviously, as a young player, you feel pretty good about yourself, especially for me, being highly touted coming in. But there's lots of ups and downs, and just the competitiveness of the league. Obviously, size, strength, and experience of the players, and just the grind of the travel and the demands every day and the level you're supposed to be at. So, there were definitely some ups and downs for me.
Yeah.
I learned a lot through not just the first year, but through my first few years on how to manage all that and play well through 82 games.
Well, looking at the total of your career so far, you have avoided bad injuries through your career. Do you feel lucky, or is there something you have done to keep yourself healthy?
Well, I definitely have been fortunate, but I've had some injuries that I would put on the more serious side. But
yeah.
I've been I think very forward thinking and active, and not just getting yourself to perform at a high level, but staying healthy. Whether that's sleeping well, eating right,
yeah.
Getting the right types of therapy, trying to continue to invest in yourself mentally and physically, so you're up for the demands of the season and what's expected of you, and how to play at a high level and be productive and counted on. So I take a lot of pride in that, and that's the best part, is getting to play the game. So you want to be in as many games as you can be. There's nothing worse than watching. So it's been a good run so far, and want to kind of keep it going.
It's a funny thing when you consider a hockey player and a hockey career. We can talk a little about everything, personal coaches and how do you practice, what do you do, but if you don't sleep, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would probably put that at the number one of the list. And I think for a long time it's always been a badge of honor, or people always say I can do more with less sleep. But I think there's been a little bit of a shift, I think, not just in sports, but maybe even in society, and just how critical that is for your overall well-being and your health, and as an athlete to recover and to feel to have your body in the best state it can be, to go out there and perform and do what you need to do, and obviously be able to think well and process and things mentally, and being in a good spot with your emotions and all those types of things too. So there's been a lot, I think, kind of reported on that and studies into that. So yeah, no doubt that's probably the thing I put at the top above everything else.
Well, you are the Toronto Maple Leafs captain. Toronto as a city, as a hockey city, is it the toughest place or the best place to play in the NHL?
It's the best place.
That's simple?
I think so. I know that there's a lot of attention on the team. There's scrutiny at times, and the noise is loud, but people just want us to win so bad, and they love the team so much, and so they invest so much time, effort, and energy and passion for the team. That's what makes the Toronto Maple Leafs the Toronto Maple Leafs, is just how many people follow the team, how much they love the team, and how bad they want to see the team win. So myself and my teammates, we got an amazing opportunity to play there and obviously do something that hasn't been done in a long time, and I think you want to enjoy that. You don't want to make it stressful and difficult. There's enough of that through the journey, but really enjoying every day, because it's not something that lasts forever. Having this opportunity, so really trying to enjoy it and make the most of it. And obviously, the demands, the competitiveness of the league, and all that comes with that. But it's a special place to play.
Can you go to a grocery store without talking hockey?
Yeah, we get, at least I find, I get bug less than maybe people would think, but every interaction I have when I'm out in public or in around town is only super positive, and just reassurance of how much people love the team and the players that we have, and enjoying where the team and the organization is, and cheering us on to obviously get to the ultimate goal and win the Stanley Cup.
I have a two-parted question, the next one. How much has the game changed from your first season? If you look just pure the style of playing hockey, how much has it evolved or changed?
I definitely think the game's continuing to evolve and change. How much, I think, hard to say at times, just because of, I can only go off really my experience compared to other players of different generations, or when you cross over with different players from different generations. When I was young and I was playing with older players and their experiences when they were younger in the league, and even saying the changes from then. And now for me, going into my, I believe it's my 15th season. So just the changes that I've seen, but the game only continues to get better, continue to adapt. And I think the speed and the skill and just the level of performance just continues to go up. And I think a lot of that has to do with the science behind sport that's improving. Technology, obviously video, and all those things that continue to enhance the game and players individually. So, been awesome to be a part of the journey, this journey so far, that I've gotten to see the league evolve quite a bit. Being going into my 15th year, so I'm continuously myself trying to adapt and evolve and trying to play at a high level.
Through your career, the social media has been rising a ton. Is it a problem nowadays?
I don't know if problem's the right word, but I think certainly there's some learning behind it in terms of how to manage it, how to deal with it. It's some stuff that's you can be looked at even from a lot of kids, and just mental health and social media and society, and obviously the benefit of it, and obviously there can be some significant I don't want to say issues, but things that can affect someone.
The challenges.
Challenges, exactly. That's a great word. So it's just a balance and understanding the good things it can bring and the negative things it can bring, and finding that balance of that, and certain players, certain people, have to handle it in different ways. And for me, it's not something I look at really ever. I just find that I stay much more present, much more focused on the task at hand, with just a little bit less of that in my own personal world, and I can just focus on being myself and being the best person and player I can be.
Well, let's go back to hockey. You've seen the players like Connor McDavid coming up in the league. You play in the same team with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. Do you ever wonder where's the limit of playing goes?
That's a great question, because it does sometimes I do think where's the game going 10 years from now, 15 years from now, the next players that are going to be the ones to kind of carry the torch, and as Connor gets older, and Bedard's coming in now, and then 10 years from now after him, who's going to be the next. And that's what's great about the sport is newer players, younger players, the next generation, and how they see the game and how they develop their skills and how they make an impact and change the game in their own way. So it's been incredible to kind of see that through my time being in the league, and it'll be great to see it the next few years and many years down the road.
Well, you have won Olympic gold, you have won the World Cup, you have a couple of U20s World Championships. How hard is winning?
That's what everyone strives to do. That's the best part, or that's the reward for being on top of the competition. So, playing in the best league, most competitive league in the world, it's extremely difficult. I think at times, especially for someone who hasn't, reached the top of the mountain and win the Stanley Cup, at times it's you think it's got to be some type of out-of-body experience or a certain level that you just, you don't know until you really get there because of how difficult it is and everything you invest on a daily basis, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I do think at times, sometimes things just kind of got to go your way. The league is so close, so tight, so competitive, so many good players, so many good teams that it's a very unpredictable games at times. Even though we'd like to try to predict things, it's just being on the right side of certain bounces once in a while. But overall, it's just extremely small margins, from the champion to all the other teams.
Two more. Going back to the first question, from your draft year, you have played most of games of those guys who got drafted that year. You scored most goals, you gave most assists, and you also scored most points out of those players. What does it mean to you?
Well, it's great to obviously be productive and be a player that can make an impact in the game, especially offensively. But most importantly, you want to win some Stanley Cups. So that's definitely the most important, the one thing missing. But obviously very proud to been playing in the league this long, been productive as long as I have been, and want to continue to do so for many years to come. And obviously, fill that the most important number there, and that's Stanley Cups. And so hopefully can get through and get that first one here soon.
Last one. What does John Tavares expect from John Tavares?
What I expect of myself, I think, is just to be extremely hardworking, extremely humble, and very committed, I think, person and hockey player. So I always think about just never having any regrets. I think that's in anything in life, but obviously in hockey. So, when all's said and done, I just want to know that I left everything out there. I did everything I could to be the best person, teammate, player I could be.